Searching podcasts for Dave, and one more time.
I may not be a smart man, but even I know when I'm being lied to. Turn on the network news. If they are talking, they're lying. I'm just glad we have these two. They don't always know what they're talking about, but they think it's true. And that counts. This is Dave and Juan.
And 3.
Number 2.
Follow that with a big old 1.
Which is always followed by woohoo!
Or some version thereof. America, how are you? Welcome to World War III. And those of you that are just catching up, well, but that close. It's World War II and 3/4, and that's more things going on. But hey, just to give you something to look forward to, we're back, and you're welcome.
You're welcome, man.
Absolutely welcome. There you go, man. Hi, everybody. How are you? I'm Dave.
I'm Juan.
And this is Dave and Juan.
More time.
Thank you. For those of you who've been wondering, and it's been, is it 2 years? A little over 2 years? Yeah, we left a bunch of stuff. Remember, we pulled out of Afghanistan and we left like a bunch of stuff over there.
Yeah. What are they gonna do with that, Dave?
And you know, they undersold it. They said we left about 80 billion. If they told you we left $80 billion of stuff, you got to figure they're probably fudging by about 50%. You know,
they're doing, the opposite of Trump evaluations. So somebody should go to court for that.
Exactly, maybe so. Well, again, for those of you that were wondering, what happened to all that stuff? We started seeing a little bit of it today. So we timestamped
not
this.
rusting somewhere.
No. Apparently not. And apparently all that stuff about it's very sophisticated. Nobody will ever figure out how to use that stuff. Well, you know what I mean? Hey, now listen, let us say Juan and I have not been briefed. We're not we're not on any kind of inner circle.
Not anything. Yeah.
We're not any kind of inner circle. We're just two individuals who unfortunately pay attention to things going. And I'll go out there, and like I always tell you all, those of you that choose not to pay attention,
good on you.
Good on you. Good on you. And I want to apologize to those of you who can do that by the fact that every now and then Juan and I kind of pull some reality in there. But so yeah, we're time stamping it today. We're doing this on a Saturday. We don't normally on a Saturday, but we got some things going. And I woke up this morning to. And it's been a minute since you had the Israel-Palestinian.
Right. Didn't we hear a couple weeks ago that they were close to making some kind of deal?
Apparently that must have fallen through. Over 5,000 missiles fired. Dude, I don't. That's a lot. That's a lot. Yeah, that's So
there wasn't even that many bullets sprayed in North Baton Rouge last night. So just to give you some perspective.
That'll tell you. For those of you in Baton Rouge, there was actually more carnage somewhere else last night besides Baton. And it is tragic. It's one of these things too. And I mean, obviously not to be. I mean, the old thoughts and prayers. Oh my gosh, it's horrific. You can't even they can't even show you some of the videos of how horrific this is. But it gets you back to. Again, like what you just alluded to. Whoa, wait a minute. Weren't we just told, right, that this was right? So again, I guess it's a common thread that moves through everything, y'all. When we've been telling you for 2 years, everybody's lying. Yeah. They're lying.
But we better give some money to Ukraine, though.
Well, that's something else. I saw a video today. Zelensky came out. If Zelensky put out a video today, I guess supporting Israel, which I'm sure they just had to hand him a piece of paper before.
Right, that's good of him.
I just wanted somebody to ask, how much of that stuff that we sent to you that your people stole and sold, how much of that you think is
the money that you're using to prop up business?
Yeah, right. That's right. Well, that's sort of like the money, the $6 billion we sent to to the Iranians, where we just said, no, man, they could be buying milk and honey and bread with that
that's
stuff.
right.
Man, as soon as we did it, their top guy came out and said, no, bro, we could do what we want with that.
Right. Right.
And what did we say? Nah, they just saying that.
Right.
They just saying,
look, man, you're an accounting major. You know you can just make a couple of line item adjustments on that. So all right.
money, y'all, is fungible. And you know what? We need to pull things in to talk about the buy-in a little bit, because that's what I realize.
Well, let me tell you something about the bayou. Some good news on the bayou, at least from up the bayou.
Some good news from up the bayou.
Assumption High, 48. South of Lafourche High, 41 last night.
That's no damn good news. That's good news on your side of the screen. That ain't good news over here. Oh, I didn't
keep up with that, but hey, I made note of that when I saw it last night.
I did not. So condolences to my Tarpons, and I guess congrats to
the Mustangs, baby.
Whatever. Somebody got shot near Thibodaux High last night. That's
Dude, I know there were gunshots that went off.
Okay. I don't know.
Shot. It was during the game.
Hang on a sec. I just want to point out, we were going to go upbeat. We were like, okay, we opened up just because this is what's in the news today. And again, it's time stamping. We're talking about carnage. And I would say it's the beginning of World War III, but I think World War III started already.
This is the second leg.
Continuation. I read something else interesting today where, again, I guess I might not be the biblical scholar that other people are, but somebody had something written out there saying, well, if this attack is based on what one of them said because of some settlement on blah, 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 this is basically what the Bible said. This is the last war that
there are a lot of preachers out there who like to talk about end times.
End times, buddy. But so I don't know. And I shouldn't even comment on that, because that's just typical. I'm as bad as the press. I read a tweet that I don't.
Man, you're fanning the flame.
That I don't totally understand. But the point is, we're talking about all this weird stuff, not weird and tragic stuff going on in the world. Going to turn it upbeat, and then you throw at me that the Tarpons got beat. That's not great. And then people getting shot.
Somebody getting shot.
So I didn't hear the story. I just got a text this morning from.
I just saw last night. That there were shots fired near the stadium. It wasn't, and somebody may have. I don't know. I haven't followed up any more on it than that. But so they ended the game. They weren't sure if it was in the stadium, at the stadium, or nearby. And I used to live on Louise Street in Thibodaux, which backed up to Thibodaux High in the football stadium.
Man,
I wouldn't live there now.
I was about to say, I don't know that. And again, we're not casting aspersions on anybody. I tried to explain this to my son the other day, and he does. He's a grown man. He doesn't, he barely believes anything I tell him. But I'll point out to him that Thibodaux it's a small town, right? But it's got certain aspects of it that are like its bigger cousins, Baton Rouge and
right. You remember, I guess at the end of the school year when they were having that kindergarten street party and people got shot.
Yeah, the drive-by at the.
Yeah, I think that wasn't too far from Thibodaux High.
No, I don't think so either. But my point to him is, where the neighbor and neighbors just bleed into each other. And I was pointing out to him, he was somewhere the other night, and I was like, I pulled it up on the map to see where he was. When they say where he was going. And I noticed it was 2 streets over from where I used to live on, I think it's St. Charles.
Yeah.
Bruh. Now, I don't know if all of St. Charles is, but where I used to live, whoo, it wasn't that way when I was there. It was like, we used to say we were, and I don't want to make it sound like, we were on the line, but it was sort of well known that, all right, you go past here, good luck.
You're on your own.
Good luck. Now, you're gonna hit Canal Street before too long, and well, good luck with that too, because you get other. Yeah. But I tried telling him, so you're about a street and a half over from where I used to live, and I would not walk that area.
And again, Thibodaux High. We've talked about this before. Whenever I go to Thibodaux, I like to ride by every place I've ever lived in Thibodaux.
That's right. And you've lived in a few, as have I.
Right. So it hadn't been that long since I passed on that street that borders Thibodaux High, and the other side of Thibodaux High is, I guess, Tiger Drive, and that's where they do the big Fireman's Fair and everything.
Mm-hmm.
But the last time I passed on that street that I used to live on, it's like, this ain't Kansas anymore, Dorothy.
They missing there. They missing the presence of Juan. You know,
Yeah.
it's like having the mob. You want the mob living where you are, because they tend to take care of their own areas, right? And the reason this even came up, I was pulling up the text here from my nephew and my son. That say, what did he text me here? Yeah, okay. She said there was a shooting last night near Thibodaux. So he didn't say that anybody was hit, but so this morning, and it's a habit I have when I know that my son has to work the morning shift on a Saturday, and and knock wood, he's been very, very good with it. But I know that it's a bank branch, and there's only two people working, right? There's only two. They just him and somebody else.
Show up, they put the pain on somebody else.
It's a mess. You can't open the. So I know that he knows that, and he's been very, like I said, I'm going to give him credit. He's been very, but I'm still in my head. I got my alarm set. My wife gets she's so annoyed that I do that kind of stuff, but I will, man. And if my sons, if I live to be 92 and my sons are in their 30s, 40s, and they've got a big job somewhere, I'm still going to be texting them.
You should have been my mama's child.
Well, I mean, my mom's the same way.
I remember that this is when we worked at the radio station down the bayou. I was sick one day, and I went home to my mom's because I was sick, because that's what you did. And so my mom called in sick for me because I was too sick to get out of bed. And you dogged me out for that.
I don't even remember.
Dogged me to no end.
I do. First of all,
my mama never called me on to make sure I made it to work on time. So there you go.
First of all, I believe you. Second, I don't remember that at all.
It was very hurtful. Very hurtful.
I'm sorry I scored you on for having your mom. Hey man, I'm sorry. You called. It wasn't even like you didn't report to me. It wasn't like you were. So wait, you talked to me? Wait, did you call me?
I don't remember.
Because I do not. I do not remember talking to Miss.
Nobody else would have been there.
I'd have been the only one. Exactly. Let me tell you what, that freaking crew we had at the radio station. Come on now, when you were the news person, you would show up at least enough time to put together a newscast. One of my other folks, who's done quite well for herself in this life, she may roll if news was at like first newscast was 10 to 7 in the morning, bro. 6:45, her car wasn't near the parking lot.
It was very new news when she got there.
Now it was news to her. It was like I used to. Oh man, yeah. So I do recall that. But later on, man, when I was managing a bank branch, I had an employee, and she was fine. You know, she was young. I think she was one of those things, young. She was young and pretty, which probably didn't help her because she got through life being young and pretty. You know what I'm saying? Like she wasn't really forced to really do anything because she was, just a pretty young lady, and everybody bent over backwards and whatever. And then she married some Chu, so she had a rough thing going on right there. So I don't know what's happening there, but she was very inconsistent, and she'd show, with being on time. And I mean, I'm a new manager, and I don't have a ton of experience. When you're a new manager, you kind of weak that way because you don't want to.
Right. You don't want to be.
You don't want to start fights. Exactly, man. You just want to hope that everybody's going to do their job. But she was sort of inconsistent there. And then she was, I guess, sick or not feeling well. And that's the other thing. You never could tell if she was actually sick or whatever. And her mom called the branch. I do remember that. I do remember sitting in my office, and one of the other young ladies in the branch said, "Hey, Dave." I'll say, I'm not gonna give her name. I'll just say Missy. "Hey, Dave, Missy's mom's on the phone." I'm like, oh God. At first I was like, man. I mean, you kind of like your stomach drops, like, oh God, I hope she didn't get in a wreck.
Did I do something? Did I offend her?
No. It's exactly at first, if somebody's, mom, if an adult,
Missy won't be in the work today.
Yeah, she's not feeling not feeling well. And I remember saying, Miss whatever her name was, I said, is she around right now? Well, yeah, she's not feeling. I said, I need to talk to her. And that wasn't even mean. I was just, I just told her, said, hey, you don't have your mom call, right? Because next time I won't be polite to your mom. So that's not gonna work out for you. And yeah, are you really? Yeah, it was. But
Hey,
yeah.
dude, I've been in places where you see somebody's mom sitting in the lobby where their kid's getting a job interview, and I'm not talking about some high school kid on a part-time gig.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I don't think I've ever quite done that, but
Well,
I
sit in the
will.
car
So
is one thing, you go ahead
yeah,
and
no,
sit in the
yeah,
car.
yeah. Well, if you're gonna give somebody a ride, but no, what I'll do is I'll just text my son good morning at
Yeah.
about 45
He,
minutes before.
he knows what you mean.
Yeah, he knows exactly what it means. I just, 100%. And I tell him sometimes you could save me the time if you're up already, just text me. Morning, dude. Because, anyway. So this morning, I wake up and I text him, good morning and good morning. So we're done. Oh, great. I know he's up. He's, and then for some reason, I don't know why I don't know what made me want to look at the cameras, in Thibodaux.
Moms.
Yeah, just to sort of see, because I got another one that kind of lives there sometimes, and he's always got a freaking crew in there. I got some issues, but I do a head count. I do cars. Like I want to know like who's there, who whatever. So dude, I'll pull up the camera. We got like all around. We got like 8 cameras, but I pull up the driveway camera, and I had to do a double take. And man, I jumped out of bed. Freaking cop standing in the driveway. There's a cop standing in the driveway, and I had to do like a, kind of wipe the sleep from my eye. And I'm like, what the? And I made sure, is this I turned it off and I turned it back on. Like, am I looking at a live footage? Crap, I'm looking at live footage. Why is there a cop standing in our driveway? Call my son. Hey, bro, why is there a cop standing outside? Oh, yeah, there was a car stolen on Audubon Avenue apparently a couple of days ago at like 2:00 in the morning, and the cops wanted to come see if we had footage of it, like because the cops saw apparently we have cameras, and I told him, I said okay, because I was thinking, man, you must have.
Maybe the cop listens to the podcast and he knows you check those cameras every now and then.
You know what? It's possible. We had footage of the flood the other day that shut down Nichols for 2 days. I had live footage of that while it was happening.
Well, you should have sent that to Martin False.
Yeah. As soon as Martin Falls sends me a T-shirt or a hat or a shout out, I mean, I don't Martin nothing. Shout out to Martin. I mean nothing against him. But part of me was, so apparently the car was stolen on Audubon, which is a sort of a busy street, I guess. Authorized my brother will text because I asked him after, said, did he get a junior deputy badge? I said, did the city of Thibodaux give you guys a couple of junior deputy badges for help with video surveillance? But no, it's not here. But I think it happened a couple days ago, and I'm thinking, guys, you're asking a lot to go back and research 2 days ago.
Yeah.
2 something. And what you think we're going to see at 2 something in the morning, man? We'll see just a blur go by. I mean, but anyway. So that's how the morning started off. I was like, whoa, little
excitement in Thibodaux.
Yeah. So yeah, y'all calm down, Thibodaux.
Just said, hey, bro, shouldn't you be investigating that gunshot last night at the football game?
I don't know. Maybe it was related. I don't know.
Yeah, that's a little fresher.
Could be. But what else is going on here? Let's see. We jumped around. We did
politics. We did
people blowing up stuff. Well, not total politics. Did we talk about? Did we talk last week about what's his face? Kevin getting bumped out of the speaker.
No, I don't think so.
When did that happen? Did it happen like after, before? I'm sure we would have. We would have talked about it.
Mentioned that. No, we did, because that might have happened Monday.
So for those of you, did it happen was it that day? It could have been. Life comes at you pretty fast, y'all. So for those of you, and here's a special congratulations. If we're saying this and some of you are learning for the first time that for the first time ever, the Speaker of the House of Representatives of these United States of America got the boot, bruh, by his own team.
Yeah.
I mean, not all of the team,
but just like maybe five.
Enough of them,
Five,
like eight of them,
five,
eight of
yeah.
them, eight
The
brave patriots or eight insurgents, whatever you want to
But then
call
there was the
people, right?
talk, would he run again? And I'm saying, it's like, wow, that's pretty proud right there.
That'd be a glutton for punishment, but
Yeah, it took him 42 times last time.
yeah, but
But that's all right. He's gonna get Nancy's office.
Did you hear that? Who would have thought that? And again, that's inside baseball. Some of you know what he's talking about. So we find out as this happens after 8 Republican representatives, and they put that in last time. That was part of the deal with him to let him become speaker. Was we were going to keep you on a short leash, and if you lie to us, all it takes is one person to get up there and challenge it, and then I forget how many votes they needed, but apparently it wasn't no more than 8 to bump the guy. But all this time, Nancy, who got tossed, and this other guy, Starney, Heiner, whatever, that dude that's just been, carrying her purse and up her butt for forever. They apparently have kept 2 offices right near, like, exclusive offices.
Right, like some chief secret offices.
Did y'all know that, I've been to the speaker's office. I've been to the inside there, the official office of the speaker. And apparently there's some side stuff. There's some secret elite offices that apparently Nancy and this other guy have been using the whole time.
Because they're the former speaker of the house.
I just get a feeling that one side wants to win and one side just wants to get paid. Yeah. Well, one side wants to win and get paid, and the other side just wants to get paid. They don't care if it's they don't care. But so sometime, maybe the day or a couple days after this airs, they're gonna start.
Right, I think Tuesday or Wednesday, their vote, because there was some talk that they would vote Trump in, which I didn't know that you could vote somebody who wasn't in the House of Representatives to be Speaker of the House.
There is no law that says you need to be an elected representative to be the Speaker of the House of Representatives. I guess you
just wouldn't get a vote.
Correct. You would not. Yeah. You would not. But you could flat out be. Yeah, and it was my own congressman. And again, I'm not. Nels is my congressman. He's an okay guy. He's an ex-sheriff. But he's doing that stuff, and it's like, stop that. What are you? I hate people that make it even. It's so hard to root for anybody.
Yeah.
Right. That's been my line. I get to the point I just hate everybody. I was like, if we had a legitimate anybody, like anybody else, you can have this,
right,
this
is really going to make things better.
Right. Yeah, please, by all means, let's go ahead and oh, by the way, just getting him to come out and endorse somebody don't help. It don't help with half of them. So it looks like it's either going to be Steve Scalise or Jim Jordan. I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings.
I'm pretty sure it's Jim Jordan.
2 sides of the same coin.
Yeah.
There's not a nickel's worth of difference between the 2 of them. The
only thing Jordan more people may hate Jordan. Steve could play that I got shot at the softball game card.
Yeah, he can. And those of you that forgot that, Steve Scalise was the guy who almost
he's from Louisiana.
Killed. He is from Louisiana. He's a swamp creature. They're like all of them. He's been there, but I mean, to his credit, that's what he does. He's been, I don't see what's weird about, again, we're all wired different, man. Look, we come from a parish where one former sheriff tried to blow another one up. You remember that?
Yeah.
You remember that? And I never could think about, I always thought about that after. It's like, how serious are you about doing this? Because I mean, it's not like the movies. It's not like the movies, like the mafia, the cars blow up. Man, they got all kinds of stuff that could happen, but that nonsense back in the day. So we've had some pretty ridiculous things go by. But my thing with Scalise, I mean, so the guy, and God love him. I'm glad everything, he went through some horrific stuff and he made it through, and it's very motivating and everything. But you would think if I'm the guy on the field that got dang near, attempted murder. I mean, and I'm still struggling with the stuff that happened to me. I am going to be scorched earth on the other side. I'm going to be scorched earth on the people that this guy that did all the shooting was, you know, fans of and followers of, and no, just can't we all get along? I guess that's why I'm not politicians. Juan can't get. My wife always told me you can never be a politician. You say too much. I'm like,
Well,
but I could learn. I could be like them. Pay me, I'll shut up.
well, pay me. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll shut up. Yeah, I'll do a lot.
I
for
think
money.
that's happens to a lot of them. I think a lot of them that they go in there with like, they go in there like, man, I'm tired of this. I'm gonna do what's right. I'm gonna get out there. I'm gonna represent the people.
Yeah,
And then
like that pirate guy from Texas.
Ooh, pirate guy. Yeah, he's a good one. That guy. I don't know what side that guy's on.
I think
Yeah,
he
we
goes
got a
back
lot
and
of them.
forth.
Oh yeah, but that's what happens. See, and again, it's across the board. Whatever state that most of them come from, they're like, oh yeah, man, my people. And because before they get the job, all they're doing is interacting with their people. They doing town halls. They going door to door, right? They're like, man, I'm a man of the people. And then they get over there and they get told how it works over there. And you basically get told, hey, you got no power. Hey, I know it sounds like you got power, you got no power. You're not in leadership, you're whatever. And if one day
if you do
want
this, we'll give you a little bit of power, maybe.
yeah, maybe. And if you vote the right way with this, is that, and then we're going to throw some money. And then, hey, if you play ball, we're just going to fund. And I like you to meet my friend Mr. Lobbyist and his friend Mr. Lobbyist and his friend Mr. Lobbyist. And if you play ball, we're going to fund your elections.
Right. We'll give you all the money you need to win a campaign. Don't matter how bad you do, how much you screw your people.
They never did.
We'll run commercials to convince them otherwise.
They never taught us that back in Scholastic Rock, man. Like how a bill becomes a law. And I just wish they'd do a new one today.
Yeah.
I'm just a bill. Yes, I'm only a bill. Nobody's gonna read me. I'm 7,000 pages.
No, 7,000 pages. I got, I'm gonna call this bill one thing, but there's probably 400
That's right.
other things in the bill.
I got 7,000 pages. Half of it goes to green energy, which really means it goes to a few rich people who have investments in that, and a little bit for some other countries to blow some stuff up. But I don't know. Very political.
This week we also found out, though, I didn't realize that for the last 2.5, 3 years, that Congress didn't have a choice, or that the United States didn't have a choice but to continue to build the wall.
Oh, God.
To the point that we had to change some laws. I guess, when they were building it before, they must have been doing it illegally or violating some other laws, because this time we had to change some of them to make it happen. That wall won't work.
Welcome again to Theater of the Absurd. For those of you who are just catching up, we're just catching you up to stuff going on. So apparently, and I must watch different things than the folks. The media probably doesn't watch the right kind of media, because this is coming as a surprise to a lot of people.
Yeah.
And for the last 2 years, we've had hundreds of thousands, and now they say the estimate's anywhere from 5 to 10 million people who have crossed over. We don't even know where they are. They're just everywhere, and it's just so suddenly, when certain cities start filling up, things are getting rough.
I thought things were so good they were selling off some of the steel that was just laying there waiting to be built into a wall.
They did that a couple months ago. I read that they sold a few $100 million or a couple of $1 million worth of for like 5% of what it was worth.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Sold it. And then they came around and said, hey, we got to build a wall or start building it's the most bizarre thing in the world. It really is, y'all.
The best thing. What's his name? Mayorkas said the night before, or one night, he said, things are getting out of hand. It's crazy. We got to get this under control. We got to build this wall. It's an immediate situation. Then the next day, our illustrious leader and his spokesperson from the podium says, what? No, things are fine.
I did see
We're
that.
only building that wall because we have to.
All of a sudden.
Right.
All of a sudden. It's been.
I tried to change. When I had control of everything, both sides of the house, both sides of Congress. They just wouldn't vote for it. So now I got to clear some laws so we can build it. It won't work.
Walls, yeah. That's the other thing too. We're gonna build a wall. Do walls work? No. Then why are we doing that again?
I got to.
Have to, man. We all about law and order. You would think you'd think if somebody just listening for the first time or just, but you'd be making stuff up, right? It's everything's theater of the absurd. And at first, when we first started, I'd be joking about everybody's lying. I wasn't really joking, but that was just sort of a line. Everybody's lying. And no, man, it's just look at it.
Now they don't even care. They don't even pretend to not be.
Well, all right. I'm sure we're going to circle back to that because it's just one of those, you know what I saw this past week? And man, hold on to your head because this is this is a non sequitur. I'm talking about nothing like we're talking about. I just jotted this down. So I'm in one of my favorite stores, Food Town, the other day, and they got a display. And I was going to ask you about this because you are in the business of supplying stores.
Right.
All right. Do you guys push? It's an energy drink, and I think it's called C4 or something, but it's Skittles flavored. Skittles.
Not that I know of.
Dude, Skittles flavored energy drink, and one of the captions caught my eye. It said superhuman performance.
Bro, I'm all in.
Man, it's like everything that's wrong with America, right? Bruh. Drink me a super performance drink. Tastes like Skittles.
It tastes like if it tastes like the red ones, I'm in.
Man, like when you eat a Skittle, don't get me wrong, I love me some Skittles.
Yeah.
But when you're eating them, no matter how much you like them, your body kind of knows. Your body immediately.
When you ate enough Skittles,
your body is saying, your body starts telling you, "Oh, stop doing this.
Right.
Stop. This ain't a grape. This ain't an orange."
That's why I told my wife to stop buying me the bags of candy corn. And she said, "But you told me to buy you that." I said, "I don't care. You should know better. Don't buy me that.
Don't do me that." Oh, I know. Don't get me wrong.
So imagine eating Skittles, or C4 Skittles.
Yeah, it's Halloween's around the corner, man. I don't. We haven't done candy corn. I think the last couple times. I'm a candy corn.
Oh, we don't give it away because if we had it to give away, I'd eat it all.
Oh yeah, stash the good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, and I'm terrible that way because I have self-control periodically. I'm good. And then later at night, or you know what I tell myself sometimes, just because I'm a good guy. I live in a house with other people, and we're always, well, shouldn't have this junk in there.
I'm gonna buy it for them.
No, I eat it saying I'm gonna save them from this because I don't want I don't want them feeling the guilt of eating all this candy.
You're a good guy, man.
Or this cake, right? And so you know what? I'm gonna take one for the team. I don't want anybody else in this house to just be sitting there with regret, thinking, "Oh man, I should not have eaten that last third of a cake." There you go.
Well, but at least I did something for them.
Thank God Dave was here to help out. Take one for the team. Oh. I jotted something else down the other day that, again, these random things. Are cars just way more comfortable to sit in now that people sit in their cars all the time? What's going on in the world? Or is this my sons that do this? Or
I do. When my son was living here, he'd get home and he'd take 20 minutes to come in the house.
20 is okay. 20. Like I don't. Maybe it's the world we're living in, and people are just. I don't ever remember, like when I pulled up somewhere, unless I had like an appointment, and it wasn't
you were
time
early or something,
to walk in. Which if I had an appointment, I was gonna be early. That's apparently something else that we don't do much anymore. But yeah, I was thinking that the other day. The other day was funny. My older son texted me. It was sort of late at night, not terribly late, but he texted me, "I'm home." And I thought, "Oh, he's home." He was in the driveway.
So you went to the cameras and
No. I didn't go to the cameras. I didn't go to the cameras. I got much.
the
better
one that
cameras.
lives with you texted you that he was home.
Yes. The one that lives here. Not that he was getting out of his car. He was still out there. He just hanging out in the car.
Yeah, which would make me worry more and think something happened between the driveway and the house than I would if he just wasn't home.
Well, about like 15 minutes later, I'm like, "Are you in the freaking driveway, man? What?" Oh yeah, just all right. Like I said, cars and I really
Dude,
appreciate
we
it.
have a guy, I promise you, guy who works at where I work, and almost every morning he beats me to work, but not into work. I drive up and he's sitting in his car in the parking lot with the windows down, so I don't think he's got AC. And it's like, bro, what are you doing?
You're trying to build up the courage to go inside. I mean,
it's like, I think you start work at the same time as I do, and God knows I'm not here early.
well, how is it? Young guy or older
30s.
guy? Okay, well, maybe it's probably there. Like I said, my youngest, that was his thing, man. He would get to work on time because he was living here, and like throw him out, like get you go to work, and go sit in the parking lot. And the biggest mistake the company he used to work for did was they told all of them, like you set to start working at a certain time. You can clock in 15 minutes early and earn an extra 15 minutes. Or if you clocked in, you're not technically late until 15 minutes after.
Yeah, you got that 30-minute window.
He would clock in at 14 minutes after whatever time.
This is your younger son or the older one?
Yeah.
Okay, I was gonna say I thought the older one was a little more prompt than that.
Oh, he is. He's got me. He's me. He's me. Now my wife gets annoyed when I point out, you'll go through that. Like, oh yeah, he gets that from you. He gets that from different.
I say that all the time. Every good quality my daughter has, she gets from my wife.
Well, my the time now, and my wife is not. She's not quite what my younger son is. She's conscientious, but she has a different concept than I do of.
Well, my daughter
and she gets annoyed with me because
conscientious, and if you're not, forget that. I don't know how she's become the neighborhood dog walker.
Well, yeah,
people pay far more than I would pay.
Really?
She's getting $200 to walk somebody's dog. Not walk the dog, take the dog out and feed it twice a day for a week. So
okay.
She had to be at their house. She was supposed to meet them. They were going to show her what to do the other night at 7. She got there at 6:55. Texted them to let them know she was there because nobody was there. At 10 after 7, she left because they weren't there and she hadn't heard back from them. Said, I was here.
Yeah.
Said, all right, man.
And whatever happened? They follow up with her, or
yeah, they called and said, sorry, we were late. Can you come tomorrow? I said, okay.
You were thinking, I'm gonna give me some money.
Yeah.
Well,
I don't know. Yeah, but to me, first of all, I probably wouldn't have been 5 minutes early. And if you were paying me $200 a week when I was 16 years old, I'd have stayed there till the next day waiting for you.
Man, look, I'd meet you at your garage door.
Yeah.
Hey, don't forget me.
So a couple of things that have gone on in Baton Rouge this week. Remember how crazy Baton Rouge went when, we talked about this, when Garth Brooks was coming to town.
Yeah, that's right.
Dude, I got something that's beating that.
Beating Garth.
In the level of enthusiasm, apparently. The Savannah Bananas.
Oh, yeah.
The dumbest thing in the world, in my mind. They're coming to LSU's Alex Box Stadium, LSU's baseball field, the home of the recently crowned world champion baseball team. 3 nights. I guess they announced their whole schedule on the same time, and tickets went on sale that night. Not on sale. I'm sorry. You could sign up for a lottery. To get tickets.
I don't get it, man.
And the site crashed. My wife is using every email address we have between us to sign up for the lottery. And I'm saying, do not buy me a ticket for this.
Yeah, on general principle.
Right.
They
It's
play.
like,
They played
look,
down
I
the.
like right. I enjoyed seeing the Globetrotters when I was 6 and my parents took me, but it's basically the same thing in my mind.
I've seen the clips of the Savannah Bananas, and looks entertaining. Also looks like the kind of thing I would be bored with in 10 minutes.
Right. That's what I'm saying. For one inning, one half the inning, I'd be okay.
Right? Because I'd be that way too. It's like it's almost like wrestling to me. It's like I
Right.
get it. In fact, wrestling used to be. I mean, when I was a child, man, I love me some wrestling.
But I'm saying, so they in Savannah, they sell out for season tickets, and I'm saying, who goes see this more than once?
I don't. Well, I part of me, I guess it's true. I guess if it's crashing and stuff, because part of me was suspecting that it was just they were overplaying it. You know, they were making it. Ooh, it's. I wondered, right? How many? Like, what's the wait list? And they always play that out there. We had 500,000 people. Try to.
Joey and my daughter were in Savannah in the summer, or at some point, I don't know, and they were playing, and they tried to get tickets, and they couldn't.
Yeah, you telling me Garth can't sell out the Superdome, but
No, but Savannah Bananas are driving Baton Rouge people nuts right now.
that does my heart good knowing that Garth did not sell out the
Every
Superdome.
media outlet in Baton Rouge is covering that.
Well, there you go. Congratulations, Baton Rouge.
Yeah. But on the other side of the Baton Rouge coin, well, this was a Baton Rouge suburbs in Livingston Parish, which is just right beside Baton Rouge. Small town in Livingston, probably similar to the south. No, it's got to be bigger than where we grew up. Walker is the name of it. They have a Footloose incident going on there, where
Really?
apparently young lady like student government president, 4.2 or 4.4 grade point average.
Okay, let's just stop right there. I hate that.
Don't
Not her. Good for her. God bless her. God bless everybody that has that. The fact that we live in a world that they decided 4.0 was not enough anymore sucks. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I hope all of you have children that make 4.82s, whatever. Hate it. Sorry.
Some schools, and because some schools you get it by taking advanced placement classes.
I don't give a crap.
And some, if you score a higher A, you get more. If you get just like a regular, like a 92,
hey, you know what?
you ain't getting no 4 for that.
You know what? That's where standardized tests came in too, by the way. And that was the risk you took in high school for taking some of these college prep classes. Because you know what? They were a little bit hard. And bruh, if you can't hack it, you can't hack it. Or you're going to get a slightly lower grade. But don't worry, even if you do slightly lower, take the standardized test.
Get more. Yeah.
Oh, but wait, we can't do a standardized test anymore because that's not fair to expect people to actually learn anything in these freaking pits. But sorry, digressed. So this young lady with the 4.2.
So this young lady was at a party, and I think it was it was an after party for homecoming. And I guess a bunch of parents got together. There was no drinking or anything going on at the party, from what I heard. But
so it wasn't on the bayou.
The DJ posted a video of it, and there was someone twerking, and this girl was behind them doing, I don't know, something that the principal of the public school deemed inappropriate. So he has stripped her of her student government association, or whatever it is, office. She was getting I didn't know high school principals wrote letters of recommendation that get scholarships for you. He's withdrawing that. Called her into his office, told her that she wasn't a good Christian, and read Bible verses to her.
No.
Again, all public school stuff.
In a public school. This is in a Livingston
public school.
We haven't done a couillon of the week in how long? But this is a chew. This is a chew of the month. All right.
So now all the students and other parents and everywhere are buying shirts and buttons that say "Let whatever her name is dance." Now, granted, the girl's gonna get a big scholarship from somebody just for all of this chaos. But she said, told the principal, well, other girls were doing the same thing. Why am I the only one who's getting called in? And he told her, quote, You are the hood ornament of the school. People look to you to set the standard.
Okay, for those of you that don't know what a true is,
Yeah.
it's an ass,
Yeah.
an idiot, a bjork. Wow, wow. You know, and it's in my nature to defend teachers. I mean, my teachers all over my family.
Right.
Oh man, I'm covered
Also
up in
defend
teachers.
religious beliefs.
100%. And yet, so what was I saying earlier about politicians? They can find a way to make you hate everybody.
Yeah.
Seriously?
Well, then, so we had a swim meet today, and Joey brought it up to some other parents who we were sitting with, and lovely people, like them a lot. And the mom started saying, well, I could see that. I would be, if I saw my daughter dancing like blah, 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 inappropriately, I would support that. And I'm whispering to Joy, stop, change the subject. It's going to be a big disagreement if I start chiming in.
Change the subject, babe.
Yeah.
Y'all don't want none of the truth bombs I'm about to drop. While I'm talking to you here, like while we're talking, I got a text from, man, I don't want to go back to the crime scene, but my nephew just texted me a screenshot here. It's a Good Samaritan. It's Good Samaritan shot outside Sam's Club while saving victim from armed purse snatchers. The heck? I think it happened in Houma.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Says Terrebonne Parish Sheriff's Office said the incident occurred in the parking lot. What the heck, y'all?
That person needs to get a free Sam's membership for life.
Man, well, okay, let's I guess this is what it should tell you. Shoot first.
Yeah.
I'm saying, like, I'd like to think I would help somebody being trying to get a purse snatching, but not if I'm probably not if I'm not if I just got, my car keys and a smile on my face, I'm probably not gonna.
Yeah.
Now, if it was my family,
Right. You got to protect yourself. Yeah.
Man, come on, LaFouche Terrebonne, step it up. What's that about? Bro, if you really want to be in Baton Rouge and New Orleans, y'all move there.
Yeah, please. There's plenty of places.
What's going on? What's going on there? Well, anyway, so good luck to Footloose. I was about to, we started saying Footloose, and reminded me of back when Juan Seminole put on his high school dance back in the day.
Right.
The original Kevin Bacon, Juan Seminole.
Because I was drinking.
Other news. Apparently, my possum, I would call it my pet possum, but my wife doesn't want me to. But my pet possum looks like it has a baby.
Oh wow!
Went out there the other day, and no, in the back, walking on the back. Yeah. I can always tell because I look out my back porch area, and my cat's up on the table. Whenever she's up on the table, that means they got some stuff going on that she's like, I'm kind of freaked out by, and yeah. So I'm still don't tell my wife. Hopefully, I don't know if she's listening well, she does listen, but I still put food out there. I don't put like new food, but I do put.
Yeah, better than going to waste.
Throw it out anyway. I know, man. I don't mind feeding my. I was trying to explain to somebody the other day. We had a neighborhood, what they call neighborhood night out or something.
Mm-hmm.
National neighborhood, whatever. And I didn't want to go because, my attitude is
general public.
I mean, look, I know a handful of neighbors, and I know them probably just right. I've been here 20-something years. I know everybody.
Everybody you need to know.
Just right. I know who got my back. I know who I can use. You know what I'm saying? You know who you ask a favor for here, who watches something for you, total. So when you get pulled into these bigger neighborhood operations, and it's some folks, and that's the only reason we went is because it's, some nice people go to our church, and they live a few houses down from us. Okay. And so they're having it. It's in their driveway. And I'm like, God, it's sad. I will admit, the level of my whining about something, you'd have sworn that I was being asked to like go give somebody a kidney. I was like, yeah.
To host the neighborhood celebration.
Please, I'd rather host it. I'd have a beer in my cook. The other thing, my wife said I couldn't eat. I couldn't even bring like can't
bring a cooler with you.
No. She wouldn't let me bring an ice chest or just a big fake glass where I could pretend I'm sipping on something besides the freaking beers I'd have in there. So So whatever, I went over there and it was fine. It was nice. And unfortunately, what ends up happening is I met a lot of new neighbors, which is okay.
Now
That's
you got to
good.
talk to them.
Well, it's also too, you realize, bro, I getting old, right? So I'm 58, not the oldest guy in the world, not the oldest guy in my neighborhood, but I'm well removed from the youngest. And a lot of these neighbors, man, they're all in their low 40s. They're all in their upper 30s, low 40s, and a lot of kids. Man, they had 5 and 6 year olds running around everywhere. And then it's trying not to, it's a little bit awkward when you're meeting somebody and you say, "Hey, how you doing? I'm Dave. I'm whatever." Now, where do you live?
I'm right
Oh,
next
right
to
there. Oh, right there. You live.
you.
I can literally see your house from my front yard. Okay. Well, how long you been here? 3 years. Wow. Nice.
I was walking, down, from getting my mail the other day, walking down the sidewalk, and this lady rounds the corner on a bicycle, and I don't know. He said, "Oh, I've almost ran over you, Juan."
Wow. Used your name.
Yeah, I said, "All right." Said, "You're not the first to try."
Did you know her name?
No,
Ah,
didn't recognize her.
yeah. Well, I'm standing out there and we're, again, meeting, greeting, how you doing? Same conversations about, oh yeah, my kids went to that school. I mean, you're the old guy now, right? Just, do you, where do you live? I live here. Yeah, okay. And then my neighbor right across the street, who's been here longer than us, like I've seen, for forever. And he'd come over and he was right near there and he was standing at the driveway. And I hadn't talked to him in a long time. I mean, we see each other, but you know what I'm saying? Like, and he kind of waves his, "Man, come on over here, man. I haven't talked in a while." And I said, "That's how we've stayed good neighbors for 21 years, bro. For 21 years. Don't push it. Like that's a key. It's like, yeah, that's a good neighbor right there. Part of the reason is, we're, hey, how you doing?
I don't have to
Brief chats.
interject.
Brief chats every now and then. You know that if something's going on, if I see somebody messing with your stuff or breaking into your house, I'm gonna shoot them.
Yeah.
Right?
Look,
I would hope you would.
I live in a townhome. I share a wall with my neighbor. Don't know her name. Have had very limited conversations. When I power wash my driveway, because my driveway touches hers, I power wash hers.
Hey man, you're a great neighbor.
Yeah. So I don't need. That's all I need.
I'm also realizing I'm the old guy in the neighborhood because I'm the one that has to walk around to the young couples and when I see the same thing this time of year, they're out there trying to really water their lawns, and it's dead because of chinch bugs. We have them terrible around here. It just happens.
If you got a circle, it ain't grass. It's not the lack of water.
No, that's a different thing, right? So you get the circle.
Yeah, some kind of fungus.
That's a fungus, but then the chinch but the chinch bugs are underneath to eat the roots of grass, and I mean they do some damage.
Oh, that's when it tears up the turf.
Yes, and that's when I'm the old guy, just throwing wisdom at some of the younger folks when I see them out there. I say, I don't want to hurt your feelings, but you can water that from now to December, and it ain't gonna do a bit of good.
And next spring, when the grass grows back there, it's gonna be lower than all the rest. So you might as well throw some dirt on that hole.
I got, I say that I got a patch in my front yard because I'm hard-headed. I'm telling you, it's almost 5 years now, and I can still see the indention. The grass ain't gray yet because I was just ticked off. I treated my lawn, and I still got one of those things. And dude, just on general principle,
you showed your lawn.
That's right. General principle. I'm like, screw that. I'm not fixing that. That's gonna stay. It's like 5 years and counting. I guess if I ever sell my house, I'll get around to doing that. But you mentioned a dog earlier. 2 things on dogs. Somebody in Sam's today, family. I'm sure they're a lovely family, but we all hate you. They had the dog walking around with a dog. Don't bring your damn dog inside Sam's, y'all. Like literally, there's no reason. Like it annoys me. There's food. It's. Hey, don't get me. Look, go to a restaurant. They have outside areas for pets and animals. Encouraged. Fine. You don't go to grocery stores unless it's like a crunchy where they like, hey, we want you to bring in your pet. Okay, fine. Don't be walking around Sam's Club with your dog.
No.
And for everybody
who walk their dog in a baby stroller.
And let me tell you what nobody else wants to tell you. For every one person that goes, oh, I love dogs, the other 10 people hate your freaking guts. They're daydreaming about hitting that dog with the
If they're not telling you they love it,
Yeah.
They don't. They
Dude,
hate
I
it.
love dogs. I got nothing against the dog.
Yeah.
Like but like people are terrible. Like, no, man,
No,
leave your pets.
I do
Leave your
not
pets home.
understand it. I don't understand it. There's nothing about it I can understand.
Well, there you go. So talk about yelling at the clouds, cranky old man. And that being said, I'm going for a walk the other day, and in the distance I see, well, there's somebody on a bike. This lady on the bike, I can't recognize who it is. And then there's a guy standing next to her who seems to be dressed, kind of nice, like he's which is odd because I'm walking by the ballpark here. So and then some other guy sort of kneeling down on the side with a dog, and I'm like, and as I approach, the dressed up guy, I start recognizing him. He looks up and says, "Hey, that's Dave Martin." Some friends of ours who used to be we were Cub Scouts together, and great folks. I've been on a ton of campouts with the guy. I mean, just a great guy, and his wife, who used to be my doctor. Okay, so she's there on her bike. She was dressed like she'd a hat on and stuff. And I look over and I'm trying to figure out what's going on with. She was riding her bike and freaking dog bit her.
Oh,
dude was walking his dog. He just got from the pound about a month or two ago, and I mean, bitter. Like I'm not gonna show the picture. I don't know why she shared it with my wife, who was not there. I'm like, I love her, but I'm like, you don't gotta. But yeah, man, this dude just walking this dog, and dude looked like he was kind of in shock. Just kind of a younger guy, and I'm like, was the dog loose? He was like, I had a leash. I'm like, and then my friend was like, apparently had too much slack on that. And they were remarkably calm, but they were asking, getting information, and they're asking me in front of like, should we call the police? And I'm like, I don't think it's my call to make, but you do have to file a report because you're going to go, you're going to the doctor and you're going to show, and it was, dude, it was,
right.
I
If
mean,
you don't, because if they don't test a dog, you getting rabies shots.
And apparently it just come from, it had been adopted from the pound. And it looked like it had a little pit mix in it. It wasn't a pit looking dog, but I just felt bad for everybody. Now she said after she has to get like antibiotics and shots, and she did whatever, and and then on the back of the leg, that's going to but I felt bad for the dog too.
Yeah.
Dog, he's like
I had a dog that bit my neighbor's kid.
Oh jeez.
In the face.
What?
Yeah, this is a long time ago. We shared babysitters, and they were at my house. And there's twin girls with the babysitters, and we locked the dog in the backyard. We said, "Okay, lock the deadbolt." Said, "Don't go in the backyard. Don't let the kids go there." It's one of those. Yeah. I mean, dog was just very temperamental on who he liked, and well, the little boy wanted to go pet the dog. So they unlocked the door and let him out, and he grabbed the dog's tail while the dog was eating.
Gee whiz. Okay, that's okay. So I am anti.
So I had to put the dog down. I mean,
that's and okay, because responsible owner and all that stuff, but like you can almost feel for the dog,
right?
It's like, hang on a second here. I felt for that dog.
I'm being a dog.
Part of me wish I could speak dog, or part of me could wish I could have been there like 10 minutes earlier to basically say, dog, somebody rescued your butt from the pound. The hell are you? What you think I don't know. You just somebody on a bike.
What you think? You're a White House dog that you just bite people at random?
You ain't lying, huh? You ain't Biden's dog. What you think you are? You think you want a Biden's dog that get to bite everybody? Like literally, and they'll write stories telling lies about, oh gosh. Well, we're kind of coming back political there, but yeah, so I felt bad for all involved. I hope they can work stuff out, and glad that dog got saved from the pound, but go bite a doctor. Not I don't know why I'm saying it like that. I mean, nobody deserves to be
mauled,
bitten, but yeah.
Oh, some people do.
That's right. Come full circle. Hey, you know what, bro? It's a beautiful Saturday afternoon. My wife's on a church retreat. She's probably loving life. I know she's loving life, man. She's doing what she loves to do. I got my older son, and the ones who are here with us, he's taking his girlfriend out to dinner. Bruh.
Well, got a couple of good football games on tonight. Grill yourself a steak and have a beer.
You laugh. You know what I'm doing? I'm not going steak, but I went by all kinds of stuff to grill. I'm going outside and just by myself. And I'm just, and that's what's always kind of funny when we go to cook or barbecue or something. And my wife's like, "Oh, I don't want you to work so hard." It's like, if it was work, I wouldn't do it. Like, remember that, ladies, guys, if grilling was work, guys wouldn't be fighting to do it. Sipping on a beer, doing that. But that's what I am on the way to go do right now. I'm going to push the button, see if any of this stuff stuck to tape, and hopefully it did, or whatever the magic stuff is up in the sky. If you want to reach us, y'all, it's Dave and Juan, protonmail.com. And
or we're right here.
You did it this week. You did it. Look for us like everybody else, because I was reminded again this week that everybody in the world has a podcast. If you don't have a podcast out there, guys, I don't know what to tell you. Apparently they can't. Apparently they must not be as hard. We make it harder than it is, Juan. You and I must make this look hard, because.
Well, I think I know people who have podcasts, or I don't necessarily know them, but they have podcasts that last like 2 minutes, and they call that a podcast.
Well, that is true. But
that's just an opinion.
But they got them out there. Hey, every week we tell you, not a suggestion, not a hint.
Bro, no.
Ain't no subtly implying jack.
It's not a law that you can overturn to enforce another one.
No. Read the rules. It's not. No. It's a freaking mandate. Mandate. Get out there.
Gotta.
Go for it, bro. Go for it. Live your best life. Maybe things are going great. Things are rolling along. Go with it. Maybe you were watching a football game in Thibodaux and damn shots fire out. And
you can look at it one of two ways. You can say, "Man, that's terrible." You can say, "Hey, bro, I wasn't hit."
You look on the upside. Look on the upside. And anybody that hit the ground when they got up, hey, dust yourself off. Go to walk-ons. Or whatever. That's Thibodaux's got a walk-ons now.
Oh, they do have one in here.
Thibodaux's got a walk-ons now, man. My son fully kept me apprised of that the other day. But there you go. It's a freaking mandate. We got it. We did say it's a freaking mandate, right?
Yeah, we did it. We did.
We start wandering. All right. I can just smell the grill getting ready to fire up. Everybody, hey, seriously, have a fantastic one. Hopefully we'll be back here next.
Good, man.
We'll be back here next week. Hopefully, they'll stop blowing stuff up, and we'll be here to apprise you of.
Yeah. If they haven't, we'll let you know
what's going on in the world. Until then, have a great one, everybody. Love you, bro.
Back at you, man. I'm going to go ahead and contradict my theory of life here, or where I always say that I'm cheaper than I am lazy. That doesn't count for car washes. So I don't wash my own car.
I refuse. I refuse. Yeah. My wife. Yeah, you and my wife are like that. They will pay for car washes.
Oh, you wash your own?
I wash my own car.
Oh, see, there you go. That's the one thing I thought you wouldn't do.
No, I'll wash my own car. I'm too cheap to go to car washes, man.
Well, we have the subscription thing, so I go often.
Don't brag about that.
And the place where I have the subscription thing is building one near my office, so I'm gonna go every day. But this morning I had to get something. I was in the Jeep we have for my daughter, and I don't have the subscription on her, so I went to the place where I get my car wash, and I had to swipe my card. You pick the car wash and you swipe the card. Bruh, would you like to leave a tip?
On an automated car wash?
All you do, you drive through. They got a guy who stands there, a little bit to the left, a little bit to the right. All right, put it in neutral.
Leave a tip.
Yeah.
People suck.
It's over. Go home.